Hi, I'm Congressman Troy Carter, and I proudly represent Louisiana's 2nd Congressional District. I'm delighted to speak at the 2023 Innovations in Agriculture and Energy Opportunity Zone Summit. Thank you to Southern University Law Center and the Minority Business Development Agency Center for facilitating this important discussion about the well-being of our rural communities. Rural communities are a vital part of Louisiana. I'm working as your elected representative in Congress to ensure that all neighbors have access to resources they need to succeed. I've partnered with the Minority Business Development Agency and other organizations to provide this critical support. As a former small business owner myself, I understand the type of unique support that our entrepreneurs require and have seen the firsthand impacts of private-federal partnerships. I proudly voted for and helped draft the bipartisan infrastructure law, which is bringing real results for our state and our nation every day. One of the most important things we can do for our rural communities is guarantee internet access. In today's world, the internet is a necessity, not a luxury. Through the Affordable Connectivity Program, millions of entrepreneurs across the country, including rural areas, will have access to reliable, affordable internet to help them stay connected, promote their products, or even expand into online stores. This is extremely important as we talk about the changing landscape of agriculture and other predominantly rural industries. We must move forward together. This summit also offers a platform to discuss the need of our farmers and would like to take this moment to specifically address Black farmers. Black farmers are an underrepresented group, accounting for only 1.4% of over 3 million farmers nationwide. I co-sponsored the Justice for Black Farmers Act to establish a brighter future for the underserved by reforming the USDA. Black farmers have long suffered injustice, and I'm fighting to correct that. Thank you all for inviting me to be here today. I look forward to continue working with you all to combat the challenges that rural communities face and build a more equitable future together for everyone. Continue the great work that you're doing. Thank you. God bless you. And remember this, you are making a difference.
Good morning. It is so wonderful to see each and every one of you here and looking forward to those spaces that I see on the chairs that are currently empty, moving, shifting, and expanding to people who will be here. Unfortunately, we apologize for not communicating well enough our breakfast that we served, and it's going to be here, it's going to be hot, and you will not go hungry. I think that's an appropriate place to start when we talk about agriculture and particularly minority farmers. And we thank Congressman Carter, and I personally look forward to working with his staff, both here and especially in Washington, D.C., on that bill for the Black farmers. I look forward to getting a copy as quickly as I can, because we know what to do with information. Information, as we know, is what? Powerful. And so we know what to do with it. Good morning, I'm Keith Moore. It's so good to see you all from last night's evening. Did you all have a good time settling in last night? The crux, the cornerstone, and the reality of your success, as I said last night, is going to be the people you didn't know before you came here, and the businesses that you connect with, and the strategies that you apply. I'm going to turn over sometimes throughout the day, frequently, to my co-partner in this production, Mr. Don Craven Sr., who really needs no introduction. We are going to stick to, as much as we can, to a audience, recognizing that we have a remote audience as well. So we will do as best we can with our agenda. And I just want to say that being here is a next step progress from where IAEOZ has started in 2020. And this year, we call it What Works with a Flow. We know that everything that we put together, including yourselves, will create its own what works solution. You'll meet the right contracting officers. You'll meet the right program managers. You'll meet and have the kind of right discussions that will lead to economic development projects, contracts, grants. Is that a guarantee? Can't guarantee anything. But is it a commitment that we will do our best to make sure that everyone is successful? That's our full guarantee. And we look forward to that. We feel that we're in the urgent care business. Urgent care because the need for minority businesses and small businesses to get the kind of attention, the type of pathways for success, to get them out of the stalemates. So you're going to see a lot of mediums that we carry on throughout the day, podcasts that we have. So without further ado, and opening it up, I'd like to bring up my dear friend, Don Craven Sr., to open us up.
Good morning. How are you? You had a good evening? Good. I've been fascinated so far, and my fascination has come from the interaction with people that I've met. And boy, are there some great stories to be told. And I look forward to those stories being told and that information being shared with the group today. It's absolutely fascinating. And I was listening to the gentleman to my left, and I'm sorry I didn't get your name, but I know I'll get it today. And for a while, I was just so amazed that I couldn't even say anything. And he said, "You get me?" And I said, "I really don't, but I'm still trying to figure it out." And he was talking about energy and, you know, the energy of now and the energy of the future and renewable energy and all those things that we hear so much about. And last evening, I had the good fortune of spending time with folk that had some great stories to tell from all over this country and beyond. And that's what makes these kind of functions so interesting and so rewarding. And I'm hoping that from this program, we will all be able to share the information, the knowledge, and the experiences that will take and motivate us and make us successful in our respective businesses. I'm happy to be here so I can learn and so that we can accommodate you as you participate in this great program. And Mr. Moore, I'm not sure exactly who I am to bring on next, but I think it's the great chancellor, because I noticed he came in very quietly this morning, which is very unusual for those of you who may know him. He's generally very, very engaged. So without any further ado, he needs no introduction. This guy, I got to tell you a little bit about him. I'm going to do my own kind of introduction. He comes from a small area called Lauraville, Louisiana. It's so small that you couldn't identify another place on this earth in America that's that small. That's how small it is. I mean, it's just that small. Probably about 10 people. No, it's actually more than that. But anyway, I know his family. I know where he grew up. And he came to Baton Rouge, took over the law center. And I just have to tell you, he's a phenomenal guy. And let me tell you what makes him so phenomenal. If you as an individual or anybody calls him and says, "Chancellor, I have this young person, this young lady, this young man whom I think would make a great attorney. I think this person could really be an asset to your institution." The only thing he'll do is he'll probably ask you two questions. What's the person's name? And what is their phone number? And then he takes it from there. I had the good fortune of introducing him to a young lady about a year ago. And within an hour, I got a call back from the family who says, "Guess what? Chancellor Pierre called my niece." That does not happen in too many places anymore. Chancellor, I just want to tell you, we appreciate what you do. We appreciate what you have done. And we appreciate the young minds that you are nourishing and creating opportunities for who otherwise would never have the opportunity to realize their dreams. So that's the way I want to bring you on this morning. He's my dear friend, Chancellor John Pierre.
Thank you, Senator Cravens. And I even had theme music to walk up to. Wow. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm happy that you are here, and I'm happy that we are able to partner to put on this summit. And you were talking about rural communities, and I'm from a rural community. My father was a sugarcane farmer. And so it's always a pleasure to be able to be involved in something that will help people from communities that I grew up in to advance their world, because too many times we are seeing that rural communities are dying, and we want to make sure that we don't forget those communities and help them rejuvenate, and the people that live in rural communities constantly be created with opportunities. So I thank you all for being here, for coming together. Keith Moore, thank you for, believing in us that we could do this. And I know that we're going to have a lot of good information today, and there's going to be some transformational opportunities created. And that's all we want to do each and every day, is to create transformational opportunities. It's not about us, it's about what we can do for other people. So thank you very, very much, and welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring up Ms. Charlotta Fortson. She's the Executive Director of the Louisiana Minority Business Development Agency at the local center, at the Law Center here in Lafayette. And of course, she's been in that role for quite some time. I heard her speak last night. And of course, we have actually done some work with her office, some environmental work. And I had not had the opportunity to meet her. My son had been working and doing most of the coordinating. As he always says, I do about 80% of the work, but only get 20% of the pay. I'm glad he's not here to defend himself this morning. So Dr. Fortson, if you'd come up and welcome our guest and all of the folks who've come to visit with us today.
Hey, good morning, everyone, and good morning to our virtual audience. I know we've got quite a few who are out of state who are logged in and watching us right now. So I want to make sure that we are aware of that and that we address you all as well. So I am here to just kind of talk about the Louisiana MBDA Center. So we have been around, we're new, and we are the only center that services the state of Louisiana. And so I'm just going to kind of go through some of the things that we've done, some of our accomplishments, or even just to kind of tell you some of our goals. So since our inception in July 2021, we have signed up to date 349 clients. Our clients represent a multiplicity of industries, from decorating, such as the beautiful decor you saw last night at the VIP reception, to office supplies and swag, such as what you see with your registration bags, to photography, to include these two ladies you see taking photos, to candy making, the pralines that are in your bag and at the back of the table, and to skincare, such as the sample lotions that you have in your swag bags. Those clients represent our minority micro businesses. Not only do we look for opportunities for them, but we also practice what we preach. We, the Louisiana MBDA Business Center, which is operated by Southern University Law Center, we hire our clients whenever there's an opportunity for their goods and services. But we also represent small businesses in areas from construction and subcontracting specialties like electrical and lawn care, architecture and engineering, medical supplies, water distribution, consulting, IT, janitorial, transportation, staffing, waste management, and more. Clients range from just getting started to more than 60 million in annual revenue, all of which are our minority business enterprises. The Louisiana MBDA Business Center has three primary goals. Our first goal is to educate our clients. Knowledge is power. We all must strive to be lifelong learners. When we stop learning, we stop growing. We have offered more than 70 programs, including webinars, in-person training, and conferences since July 2021. We have led 2 cohorts to walk our businesses through the government contracting process. For the remaining fiscal year, we will offer our clients a construction roundtable experience and GSA training. We have also teamed up with a very prominent law firm in Washington, D.C. to offer legal quarterly insights for our clients. And we've also teamed up with a very prominent scholar from George Washington University's Government Procurement Law program. As you may know, or if you don't know, that's the only university in the United States that has a program that focuses on government procurement law. And so we'll be working with them to offer training to our students and attorneys who are interested in government contracting. Our second goal is to identify opportunities for contracting. We just signed a strategic alliance memorandum with SBA to ensure we work together in the most collaborative way possible to make sure our businesses pursue and obtain their SBA designations to gain opportunities to federal set-asides. For those who already have the designations, we'll partner to identify additional opportunities that are available to them. We recently helped one of our 8A firms secure a contract with the Army Corps of Engineers, and that was through a partnership, through our collaborative effort with SBA. We are working with our local government to find opportunities for our firms. We have had several of our clients obtain contracts with our local government, with the city of Monroe. One of our consultants is a powerhouse in that middle and northern Louisiana region and has been zealously advocating for our clients in that area. We have another powerhouse of a consultant who has been leading our biweekly meetings with the East Baton Rouge Parish to identify pipeline opportunities and prepare our clients for those opportunities. We're currently working with a couple of more federal agencies to have some reverse matchmaking events in the spring. More details to follow, so stay tuned. Go to our website, sign up for our newsletter. All of those things will be shared, and we share them through our newsletter. We'll continue to share them through our newsletter. We also work with private sector companies. We have a company that we are working with to offer our clients a reverse matchmaking opportunity where our clients will get to discuss their products and services and then meet with that company's procurement managers. We have another company who is working with us to ensure our clients are getting access to those opportunities. And speaking of the private sector, we recently had a client to obtain a 6-figure contract with Exxon, and there's more coming. As many of you know, when it comes to getting a contract, a lot of opportunities come via RFPs and RFQs and sometimes RFIs, requests for proposals, requests for quotes, requests for information. So we've hired a consultant that specializes in proposal writing to hold office hours to assist clients with their proposal writing needs. This is a free service for those clients who qualify. Our third goal is access to capital. We have 2 consultants on our team who have an expertise in all things financial. We have one consultant who will train our clients on QuickBooks and help them get their account set up. She also helps you generate your financial statements. Once you complete this training, you get access to QuickBooks for a trial period for free. Then once you complete that, you work with another consultant who will help you when you're trying to get capital and bonding. We have one client who had contracts but needed more equipment, and we were able to get her a $100,000 SBA loan to help her increase her capacity. We had another client who needed to increase her labor force, and we helped her to increase her capacity through a workforce development program, so she was able to get the workers and the state paid for them. Then we have another client who needed a $1 million bond, but with the help of one of our consultants, not only did he get the $1 million bond, but he was able to secure a $12 million bond, which increases his capacity to take on more federal work. So these are just some of the amazing things the Louisiana MBDA team is working on. And as you can imagine, trying to service nearly 400 clients with such a lean staff comes with challenges. Our clientele has grown significantly and continues to grow. We take in new clients weekly, and we want to make sure that we can service our clients in the most effective and efficient way possible. So we'll be making some changes to our intake process and onboarding procedures in the new year to make sure that we are able to service our clients better. And lastly, I started out discussing education and how we all should be committed to lifelong learning, so I'll conclude with that. The Southern University Law Center will offer a certificate program next year in government procurement. If you're interested in getting on the waiting list and receiving updates in that program, please share your name, email address, and phone number with Lisa Green at the registration table. Thank you for your time and this opportunity.
Yes, as you can hear from Charlotta, better known as Charlie, the MBDA centers around the country are at work. And 300 clients, 400 clients, it's very hard. It's a challenge. So this is exactly why we have partnered with the Louisiana MBDA Center at the Federal Procurement Center. And we have at the Federal Procurement Center about 18 shared outcome agreements. What are shared outcome agreements? We know that if we can give you Washington, D.C., business development representation, advocacy, and relationship management that we tend to have because of the years of experience of our staff in working in the government contracting space, we are giving an edge to that company in Houston, Texas, who doesn't get to, or Florida, or here in Louisiana. And so we want to, as we are doing, formalizing our processes, are making the clients the number one shared reason why we can put marketing strategies together. And then we look to work with our federal agencies. And I believe since the Executive Order 13985, we have really seen a coming together of agencies working with MBDA in a very assertive, methodical way. And we are just at the beginning phases of producing outcomes because, as Charlie will best tell you, we have outcomes that are measured annually, actually every 6 months. So we need to make sure that we're helping our clients. And we can't do that alone. We don't do it in isolation. We do it in collaboration. And this is a quintessential example. We look forward to working with SBA and certainly the Apex program. Carrie in the back is representing the Apex. And so, as we said last night, you are learning, and now it's up to you to take this knowledge and information, build these relationships while you have this opportunity. And we're here to